Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach,
And I'm Pepper.
and today we're talking about 10 games we hope to play on Board Game Arena during 2025. Or is this a commitment, Pepper? Are we committing to playing these games?
Well, I'm committing to playing my games. I don't know if I'm committing to playing your games.
That's why I didn't want to tell you what they were until you committed to
I
it.
know your tricks, uh, but I will maybe commit to playing at least one.
Wow.
At least half, I hope to, of each.
Okay, okay.
So,
But
yeah.
yeah, these are games that I don't know, kind of just had on my list of games to play on here and just have not gotten to them. And I feel like this is a great place to learn some of these games and see if there may be games that I'd ever want to physically own a copy of. We also do, if you're newer to the channel, we have done try before you buys before, where we try or show kind of a gameplay of a game. So, if any of these ones sound interesting to you, or you want to see how they're played, we can do a try before you buy on maybe that specific one and do a playthrough so you can see it. So let us know in the comments below if any of them sound really interesting to you. But I don't necessarily know a bunch about these games. I just am excited to try them, probably.
Yes. Yeah, I'll lead us off here. I know there's games that I missed on here because I know over time I've added, I guess, yeah, where's my play now? Let's get into this. Probably features all of my games that I've added to my list, and it's gotta be hundreds at this point. So I've played maybe to around here. I
I
played.
thought you were gonna say I've played two of them.
How about two of them?
I'm like, I know you've played more than two of these, Pepper. You
Um,
liar.
yeah, I played, I think, yeah, around here. But then all of these are just games that just I crossed by and I'm like, oh, that looks kind of cool, kind of cool. Not going to be playing every single one of these this year, that's for sure. And I'm sure I've missed some along the way. So there's definitely going to be one, probably ones on your list that I am like, ooh, that should have been on there. But my first one that I'll mention, you probably saw in my past search results here, is a roll and write version of a game that I like. I'm surprised this one kept coming back to me, but that is High Season, the roll and write for, I believe, Grand Austria Hotel. Um, this one, yeah, I don't really have any information on this. I don't know if people think this is a good one, a bad one. I just know I like Grand Austria Hotel. I like roll and rights, and this is one that I thought, especially after the Rajas of the Ganges, roll and write, being like really solid game. And I haven't played Grand Austria Hotel in a long time. I think there's just an itch to try this one out, and maybe it'll be something good.
Yeah. I this one didn't make my list, but I will be more than willing to try this one out with you because yeah, I also love Grand Austria Hotel, and it's been a while since I played it, and I feel since it is kind of dice driven to begin with as a game, it could translate well over to a kind of roll and write game. I assume it's roll and write, not flip and write, right?
I think
Right,
so.
right. Yeah,
Yep,
roll and
roll
write
and
right
write.
there. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. I actually must have just totally missed it because this one I made a large list of games myself and I narrowed it down to 10. So there's a lot of other ones that I'd like to play too, but uh, yeah, this one could be on my list, but it is not. But one that is on my 10 games to play, and I'll just start with this one. I think in a video we did looking back at the games we had hoped to play in 2024, uh, the release or some of the games there. I committed in that video where we looked back to get this game played because it was on Board Game Arena, and that is Gnome Hollow.
Oh, jeez. And we did not.
We didn't play it last year, but committing to playing it this year. I think it should be relatively easy to learn. I think, from what I know of it, it's not like too difficult, but it's got some interesting decisions. I don't know if it'll have the it factor that maybe it does in person, because I believe this one is the one where it has some magnetic player boards and magnetic pieces in general. And obviously, you don't get that kind of fun from
Yeah.
this version of it, so maybe it'll be lacking that. But that way, I can be totally unbiased when I'm playing it because I am a sucker for good production.
Yes, he is. Me too. This one, I think 47 minutes. That might be. That's a little long. Usually they're
I'm actually
estimated.
surprised that it's 47 minutes, but
Not too bad. And they aren't even given like a weight here. I guess complexity's too. Um,
pretty easy.
it looks pretty cool. Looks like a cool board. I'd be okay trying this one out. But not as okay as I would be with my. Oh, that's a Zach transition right there. Um, my number nine. I'm going to go with a game that has drawn me in by the title, seeming subject matter, and artwork, and that is Dingo's Dreams. This one has been on here for a long time, and that Ryan Lockett artwork and the little doggo Dingo on the front has always drawn me into this one. I just haven't always been a big fan of Ryan Lockett games. They're good, but not really 100% my style. I don't know if he's had that big hit with me. And oh, I'm seeing this goes 2 to 9 players. I don't know
I
what
just
that's
saw
going to
that as
be.
well. I
Six
hope
minutes
that
though.
doesn't mean that it needs more players to be a little bit better. Hopefully, it still plays well too. Might
Yeah,
have to look into that. But the fact that it says only 6 minutes and complexity of one
yeah.
out of five, I don't know why we haven't played this one
It's
already with
pretty
those
crazy.
details.
Yeah, and I guess looking at the board in action here, it looks kind of cool. Looks like you're sliding things out and kind of taking the one that is knocked out of the bed. I'm thinking of the old children's story. Move over, and whatever one fell out and something. I don't know. I don't
I
know
don't
if this is
know
one
what you're
story.
talking about.
Some children's book that I was read when I was young. Like Too Many in the Bed or something like that.
Hmm.
But
I don't remember that,
but
it
yeah,
must
I'm
have been.
looking forward to trying this one, seeing what it is. This is a lot of these are just mystery shot in the dark picks that have just maybe one thing that has got me interested. And this one is that dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Ryan Lockett's art as well. And yeah, and now that I see this, 6 minutes to play, complexity one, yeah, this one should be one that we can hopefully get played at some point. But we can go to mine, kind of sticking with the dog theme. We'll just go to the wolves.
Ooh, yes. Was this the one that you almost won? Or
That is not. That
it's not that one.
was Alpha, I think it was called.
Alpha. That's what that was.
But I
Yes.
think this kind of came out around the same time, maybe a little later. But this one's from Pandasaurus, who I feel like I get more hits than misses with them. They do have some misses, but
Ooh, this looks
I think
cool.
overall it's a lot of hits. And yeah, this one reminds me. I think they also did Gods Love Dinosaurs, and it's kind of reminded me a little bit of that. And I
Okay.
really actually that was kind of one of those surprise hits for me. So I'm hopeful that it kind of brings back some. I don't know if it's the same designers or has anything to do any similarities at all, but yeah, I've wanted to play this one ever since I saw the name and the cover. I'm hoping that this will be a solid game.
See, we got the same
Ooh,
designer.
he likes Cha. He made Cha. Okay.
Ah, nice. Does not look like any same designers, so it
Hmm.
could be trash, but that looks really nice. That is the immediate thing that I thought of was Gods Love Dinosaurs from that picture there, even if I didn't know it was Pandasaurus. That just looks a lot like it. Yeah, I'll play, well, 60 minutes. Oh my goodness, man.
Why are all mine really long?
I got 6 minutes here. Yours is 10 times as long. Let's see if
That's just for people that don't have AP or do have AP, unlike us.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you'll play this one, Pepper. You'll play it.
I'll play it, and I will play my number, whatever next is, 8. A game, a Bruno Catala game in a series of Bruno Catala games. The King Domino series. Once I saw Moon River was on here, I wanted to play it for a while. Uses the King Domino game system. Love that system. And this one looks like you're kind of creating the tiles themselves out of two halves. That looks cool. I don't know the complexity. 64 minutes. My
I was
goodness.
gonna, I was gonna say, you see that time, though? You see it?
That's ridiculous.
It
I can't.
certainly did not take from the King Domino timing,
It did not. It did not.
if there's any truth to that time.
Yeah, so this one's probably going to be a little more complicated than King Domino, but I love that series and looking forward to trying this one out finally and seeing where it ranks. That's one of the other favorite things to do is to rank things, and now once I get this, I can get another one to enter into. I guess that'll be four then that I've played in the series, and I think there are a couple more. I think there's a roll and write or a duel, or that might be
Mhm.
the same one.
I think that is. I think it's a roll. It's a duel and a roll and right.
Hmm. So.
I think.
Looking forward to this. Got some meeples too and a cowboy token. Oh, it's looking good.
Yeah, that one looks good. So far, you've made some picks that I am definitely willing to play. Um, this one, though, I don't know if you'll want to play, and that is Assyria or Assyria. Not sure how to pronounce it. Um, and really, I would say the biggest reason, main reason I want to try this one is because Shem Phillips and Garfield Games is making a second edition, I believe, of this game, which I think is either coming out this year or is going to be Kickstarter this year or something, or at some point. I guess I don't, I don't remember when it was coming out, but I wanted to kind of give it a try. I don't know. I think they can't remember if they were making changes to the version or not that they were going to put out, but I thought if it's a good enough game that they thought it was worth putting time into and making another edition of it, it's probably one I would like because I always like their games.
Yeah.
So that's my reasoning behind this one. Otherwise, I wouldn't say that kind of that box gets me like really excited. And the board itself there also is very Euro feeling, which are
Yeah.
games I tend to like, but also uh, it feels a little old just because um, I don't know. I feel like Euro games have kind of their production stepped up their production values a little bit more
Yeah.
in recent times. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think they might have done something with the two-player version at least to make that
oh,
better. One of their games they were doing that for, and I think it was this one, but yeah, their version I think does look a little nicer. Uh yeah, I'll play that one. But I mean, why not just wait until you get the actual version, the better version? That's what I
this
say.
guy always trying to get out of playing these games.
You have no excuse getting out of this game here. This is a roll and write. Looks like one of those gone shown clevers. It's got a dice or a marker on the cover, and this just represents the mysterious roll and write, and that is Splitter. Something about it. I just see it, and I'm like, well, give that a shot. Give a random roll and write a shot, and saw Dice Tower. I think Tom did a review, and he gave it the approval. He said it's better than most in the genre. I mean, nothing super special, but I'm like, hey, I'm up for giving one a shot, just a random one, because there are so many that
There
it's
are.
like, what do you even choose? There's so many even in the Gone Shown Clever series that I haven't tried, so this just represents that, and I'm decently excited, and it's 6 minutes. Look at that. We're gonna have to get the average time here. I'm gonna be about under a minute for average time. We're gonna be about 5 hours.
Yeah, and from the looks of my rest of my games, I think that's going to continue. But yeah, this one, I think I saw it, but yeah, that box cover and name are not really getting me too excited. But
Yeah,
yeah, 6 minutes for a roll and write. Uh, yeah, we tend to really enjoy roll and write games. I know a lot of people are sick of them, but yeah, at that point, I am more than willing to at least give it a go, see if it's one worth
yeah,
playing some more. Because always looking for those quick, snappy games on Board Game Arena that you can just kind of hop into quick if you're in between doing
yeah,
something. You only got 5 minutes, play a quick game. Always looking for more of those. So, and then my next one here. I don't know what I'll think of this one. Uh, but just sounded like it could be interesting to me. And that is a Gest of Robin Hood.
Oh boy. What is that? A jest?
A space Gest.
Oh, G-E-S-T. Okay. Yeah, it looks
or
good.
Gest. Just it's not under an hour, so it's a two player only game. I like the thought of the Robin Hood theme, and yeah, if I remember right, there might have been like some. This is what I'm thinking of. Might have been like some sort of coin or war game piece to this. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's an interesting thing that it's on Board Game Arena. I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't necessarily go and buy this one, so this is kind of more just curiosity of playing it and seeing how it actually plays. And always looking for great two-player games. See if this is my style or not. But
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like Rodney's got a video on it, so it can't be that bad.
No, it cannot. Although any time to break out the old Robin Hood hat, he's gotta take that opportunity.
It's true.
Yeah, well, that is kind of curiosity. But you know what it did to that cat, Zach. So maybe we should just let this one go. Um, but my number seven, I was six, it would be, I guess, is also more of a curiosity pick, and it's probably one of the biggest games on mine. And once we saw it on here, it was just like, wow, that game's on here because I think it was new at the time with a campaign, and that is DEI, not that one, Divide et Impera, however you say it. But this felt like a big game. 80 minutes. I think I got the record here. 4 out of 5 complexity. But I think this game in person has like dual or triple layered boards with representing a map of locations that you're moving through, and I assume kind of maybe worker placing in a way. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was complicated, but for the complicated games, this is one that, as always, as I've scrolled by it, been like, kind of want to try that one because I was interested when we looked at the campaign, and the fact that it's on here, giving us an opportunity to play it without dropping hundreds of dollars, got me hooked.
Yeah, I agree. I this one I'm always like, I'd like to play that, but then yeah, see the time and it's a little more complex. Um, I guess I don't know. Has that one added a how to play piece to it yet?
Let's see,
Because or to
learn,
learn.
just read rules, it looks like.
Okay,
So,
whenever they do add that,
yeah,
I mean, probably play it possibly before that too. But usually once they do add something like that, then I'm much more willing to do it because they'll usually walk you through
yeah.
some turns and stuff. But yeah, this is another one I've been excited about as well. Did not quite make my list, but it was in my long list of ones that I wanted. So, but one of my other ones is Luxor.
Ooh,
It's another one I don't know much about, but I just something about it made me curious.
yeah,
I
that's cool.
not I don't know that I really have that. Oh, it's only 11 minutes, so
11 minutes?
now I'm even more excited because I kind of in my head thought this was more of a maybe bigger Euro game. I totally based the box or based my thoughts on the cover. What is the saying, Pepper?
You judge the book by
Judge
its
the
cover.
judge the game by its cover. I'm totally blanking on that. I based the book on its cover.
You base the
Game.
book on its game.
But yeah, I'm that's got me more excited then because if it, yeah, it's only 10ish minutes. That to me is a quicker game, and hopefully it'll be something interesting.
Yeah, I could see this one being kind of a classic that we feel, why haven't we played this yet? Like an Alhambra
Hmm.
or something like that, because I think it's a Queen game, and they always put like cards for all their games in a Queen game. Like here's an advertisement card, and it's double-sided. Check out all our other games. And I think I've seen this one through the years, and so once you said it, I'm like, isn't that one of those Queen games? So it's got a familiarity, and the gameplay being 11 minutes looks like it might feel that way too.
Yeah, and it looks like it must have been based on that box cover. They're either nominated for or won a
Yeah.
Spiel award. So must be at least somewhat good.
Yeah,
Or some
hope
people, someone somewhere thought it was a good
someone
game
somewhere. What do we got? 338,000 games played on here, so it's
by that
something.
one person that nominated it.
It's true. Yeah, okay, my next one would this be number five. I am going to go with also an older feeling game, and that is Medina. I feel like this is one that we kind of looked at a long time ago. I don't think it's before BGA, and watched some guy's video on it, and think he kind of had some Survivor themed kind of aesthetics too. Yeah, he might have been wearing the Jeff Probst little Hawaiian shirt and had kind of an intro similar to it. That's just what I attached to this. I think it was that guy and did a video talking about it, and it looked like a cool abstract. And obviously, the pieces look amazing in person, kind of building up these buildings and gaining control of them, I assume, of these different colored buildings as you're building out the map. Just looks like my kind of sneaky, abstract type of game. Oh, and you're building a wall around it. Oh, that looks cool. Probably not going to
That's
feel as cool on BGA as it would in person, but it might
yeah,
give
that's
a
a lot of
pretty good.
nice wooden pieces there, and yeah, unfortunately with BGA you don't maybe quite get the good feel of having all those cool pieces, but it does look like it could be a very cool game.
Yeah, so what is the play time on that? 50 minutes. Yeah.
So
Oh,
we're committed to hours of games here now,
no.
Pepper, because you committed. We'll keep with maybe the older feeling games, and my next one is Yokohama. Yokohama?
Yokohama. Hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, this is just one that looks like it was Tasty Minstrel Games back in that day. They're the ones that looks like they came out with it originally. I think it's been reprinted now, but um, yeah, this is just one of those that I've always wanted to kind of play. One of those Euro style looking games that I've been interested in, heard about stuff. I don't know that I see it on many like people's top games of all time lists or anything, but I feel like I hear it enough mentioned in things that I'm
Yeah.
assuming it must be a good game. Hoping it must be a good game.
Yeah. This does feel like another classic.
Mhm.
Yeah. Good
And
pick.
only 49 minutes.
Only 49 minutes. Yeah, I'd play that one. I'd play that one. I was just looking if there are any familiar designers or anything like that. There's not, but a good
I'm
pick.
hoping. I'm hoping.
My next one, let's go with a game. I think there's two versions of the game. I don't know if this is the version that always intrigued me the most, but it's the only one on here. That is Lewis and Clark. This is Lewis and Clark, The Expedition. I think there's the dice game or something like that. I think there's two versions. I forget which one intrigued me the most when I originally looked at them before Board Game Arena, but I think this is the only one that's on here. And yeah, just these two kind of a theme, and the artwork and Vincent to trade artwork, which we always aren't the biggest fan of, but I like the color, I like the look of the board. It gives me feelings of Stone Age, gives me feelings of like Robinson Crusoe, which is a game I've always been interested in, and um, yeah, just kind of an expedition is always a fun theme for me. Don't know at all how it's gonna play.
Yeah, this is the one that almost made my list as well. I've been very interested in the Lewis and Clark games. Like you said, I think there's another one as well. But yeah, I will be happy to try this one when we do. Uh, and for some reason, Lewis and Clark make me think of this other one that I've got on my list, and that is Marco Polo 2.
That
Or Marco Polo.
is, I do think of those together. I do not know why.
But yeah, this is another one. I think at least Marco Polo, I believe, is on. I've got like this uh, board over here that I have to scratch off, and I think this one is one, or the original was one. I would count this as one of the things I'd have to scratch off because at one point it was at least in the top 100 games of all time on BGG. And Euro game, I always tend to like those types of games. And yeah, this is just one that has eluded me for so long. I haven't played it, and I really should have. I don't know how I haven't played it yet. I feel like it's one that I've looked at multiple times and wanted to try to play, but uh, just didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, I remember watching about it before we saw it on here and considering getting it for you for a birthday or something like that. And
So I
I
think there's
think,
dice involved, right?
yeah, and I liked what I saw. And if it did not show up on here, I think it would be in your collection. It would have at least entered it.
Right. And this
For
is,
sure.
yeah, Simone Luciani, Danilo
Yeah.
Ticini. I think they've made some games that I really like. And there's former John Gets Games getting
Yes.
games.
He's getting game. Rest in peace. Um, yeah, I'll play that one. I'll play that one. If I have to cash in on one of your picks, one of your heavier games, I think this might be the one I have to go in on because I'm afraid of what's yet to come.
Oh, it only gets better from here, Pepper.
Sure. My number three is a game that makes me think of like it's a Bruno Catala game, but I do not think it is. But it feels very familiar. That is Small Islands. That is not Bruno, but he has something about islands or something like that in one of his games that we see at our Florida game store, and we see that, and I'm like, that looks kind of cool. But this one is not that. This one, I just look at this picture, I see Carcassonne, I see Land versus Sea, I see these tile placement games that just always draw me in with creating a landscape throughout the game and I am immediately interested. And usually they're not that complicated. That's also a plus for me, and looks pretty good artwork wise, at least from as far out as we are here.
Yeah, I like the look of that cover, and I tend to like these style of games as well, where you're placing out tiles. I'm a little surprised that it's got that 36-minute time,
Yeah,
because that usually it seems like these types of games are pretty fast, especially in a
yeah,
board game arena environment. But
yeah,
doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
yeah,
It seems like some of them tend to be shorter, and these are all estimates, so could be even shorter than that.
yeah. Yep,
I'm assuming it's based off of actual data, though, so assuming that's somewhat close. But
it's true.
yeah, that one looks good. Uh, kind of staying at sea, we will say. Uh, it's a game that I've almost purchased on a couple occasions. I think it's already been for sale. It was for sale within like a year of it coming out, and I didn't haven't bitten on it yet. And then I saw it on here. I'm like, okay, well, definitely got to play it here before I buy it because I haven't seen like really raving reviews of it. Uh, not bad ones either, but Karvi.
Oh, that is that just a okay. I thought there was an H in there.
AAS. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, this one you've got a little ship and you're going around, or you've got that little action board there. You got a map that you're going around and taking different actions at, and there's like that action board there, and I think you get like two pieces and you're moving it around. It's kind of one of those. I don't know if it's called a river or
Oh, one of
kind of
those
like a rondelle, but it's kind of like a river where I think yeah, you kind of go to a spot and you can't go back. You can go as far forward as you want.
old Ratchet River.
The Ratchet River. And yeah, it's I think it's just the kind of theme that got me a little bit excited, and that it was a Euro style game helped it as well. As you can see here, a lot of mine are those types of games. It's just what I tend to like. So I would think out of one of these, so one of these is going to make like my top 20 of all time. I think if I play all these this year, I think
Oh,
one of them is going to make
oh
one of
boy.
them has. I don't know if that's going to be this one, but I think one of these will be make
Oh,
my
he's dropping challenges now. Now he's got me wanting to play these games to prove him wrong. That one almost
another
made
60-minute one.
that almost made my list. I thought it looked pretty cool.
No.
But my actual number two is a game that I have kind of played already, and that is Survive the Island, or whatever it used to be called, Survive, Escape the Island. I don't know what it was, but that was on Tabletopia. Used to play on there a little more, and we never played it on there, but I did play it once. I kind of quit halfway through, the opponent did, and didn't really go according to rules, but I've always wanted to play Escaping the Island, whatever this game has always been intriguing me as a kind of race against time, get your people off of this island that's just falling apart. There's monsters in the ocean. You're trying to get onto lifeboats and get to safety and have the most. And I think some of your people have higher value, so you got to have a little memory of what's printed on the bottom of them as you move them around. I'm like, it just seems like a good story creator of a game that just has these wacky moments. And looking forward to it. Finally, that it's on here. A version of it is on here. And once I saw this come out, I'm like, I might have to get the real version of it. Maybe. I don't know. But it's on here. I don't have to think about it. Just play it.
Yeah, this one does look fun. There's another one I'm shocked at the time. Uh, from what you said and stuff, it really doesn't seem like it would be almost an hour long,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, maybe that's at the higher player counts. I guess, do you think it would play better with more people, or would two work?
Um, I think two would be all right. It might be better at three, but I think two would be good.
We'll have to get Mac involved in some of these anyway.
Yes.
My next one is a game I almost backed. I think when it was on Kickstarter, Game Found, because it had a cool little thing that it was going to come in, and that is Let's Go to Japan. And I was surprised to see this one. Kind of like that one. It looks like I think they're both 2024 releases, so it's always exciting to see some games that are like brand new on Board Game Arena here. And yeah, this is one that I've wanted to try out ever since it came onto here. Granted, this one is in beta, but usually their beta modes are
Yeah.
pretty good. I feel like I've very rarely ran into any issues once they're in beta. I think maybe once out of all the times I've played some games there, and I've played quite a few. So, and it's only 18 minutes. I thought it would be longer than that, so
Oh,
I definitely have to get this one played, for sure. I think this might have been the other one that I don't know. Was it? Was that on my list, Pepper? No. There was a different one that I said I was going to play for sure. Commit to playing. I don't. For some reason, I'm thinking it was this, but I don't think it was. But I'm excited
yeah,
to
it's a
play
good.
this one.
Yeah, it's another good one. Your picks aren't too crazy so far. So yeah, I think yeah.
Don't
Comment below who's got the better list and whose games would you rather commit to playing in 2025?
exactly.
And my number one game to play on Board Game Arena in 2025. What's
Does
it?
it start with an M?
Depends what version you're talking about.
I know it.
I think there's an old version of this. I forget what that one's called. This is in a trilogy of games, beautiful games, of which we own two physically. And this is the third one because I love those two so much. Mexica is one that I need to play in 2025. The games from Kiesling Kramer, Tikal, Cusco, love them both. Mexica, looking forward to this one. And 74 minutes, wow. But I guess, yeah, they get pretty thinky, they get crunchy. They are sneaky games. And this one, I think you kind of divide the map up with this water. So it might be the sneakiest of the games, possibly. So looking forward to this one. They do not miss with me, so I hope this is another great one. I've been wanting to play this one for years and years, and I think this is going to be maybe the best opportunity. Although those pieces are pretty great, I might just have to go pick up an actual version of this as well. And I can have all three of them here to play by myself.
The trilogy. Yeah, I have enjoyed the other one, so I'm sure I would enjoy this one as well. It's definitely worth making sure I try all three of them. But yeah, this one could very well be very very sneaky, cutting that board up with rivers. Have to see how that will work. But they the other ones are kind of like that, where there's definitely some sneakiness, and I wonder if it'll have the classic everyone can score the same things
Oh, yeah.
or control the same things or whatever at the end of the game. I don't know if it will or not. I don't know anything about this one. Pepper knows it all.
I know absolutely not. I know surprisingly little about this one. I think it's probably the most different of the three, if I had to
Yeah,
guess.
seems a little different.
Okay, so here's number one. I don't have much of a guess. I'm thinking a G. Does it start with a G? It's not. Oh, it's not that one. Then I don't know. If I
The
scroll,
le-
I can
it's
probably find it.
it's the letter before G starts with.
I don't know the alphabet. Okay, F. What is F? F. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably been a while since I mentioned this one. Yeah,
One of these games.
Fromage again. One of my favorites of last year. No, it is Federation.
Oh, Federation. I remember him. Remember this a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one's one I remember Tom Vassell raving about this one, really loving the game, and I think it might have even made his top 100 of all time. And ever since that point, I've wanted to play it. Uh, because yeah, I think there's like I don't know some. It's been a while since I watched that, but I just know that I I was excited then, and I've just been excited ever since. And I've just been waiting to play it on here, but I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta convince Pepper because yeah, I think you're putting those tokens on there with different values and stuff, and it's like counting as votes as well towards like I don't know two different options. I'm not really sure what that is, but um, I don't know. It seems
Sneak
fun and
out of
interesting.
here. Sneak
Wow,
away.
wow, Pepper will love this one. I think he's gonna end up loving it even more than I do.
Bold prediction. That is
Another bold
your
prediction.
boldest prediction for the year of 2025, right there.
Yeah. But maybe this one will be the one that makes my top 20. I'm hoping to really love it, but yeah, I guess with a lot of these, especially someone being kind of maybe a little bit older, this one isn't old, but a couple of my picks being older Euros, I feel like sometimes those tended to play better with higher player counts, or at
Okay.
least like three. So we'll see if we get Mac to play some of them. Otherwise, yeah, let me know in the comments below if you, or even Pepper's games as well. If there are any of these that you would be like, I don't recommend playing that at two. I'd probably play that if you want the best experience at three or four.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to Federation and what that. I can't believe it's already a 2022 release. It feels
Oh,
like it was just released and it's already been years. It's 2025. Wow. Can't believe I haven't gotten this one yet. I
unbelievable.
almost pulled the trigger when I was at I think Gen Con last year, 2 years ago, whenever it was already, 2023. Uh, I did not.
I did not. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Well, now I have to play. Now I gotta play. You should have gotten it. You should have gotten it. I might have to send it to your house so you can play it there. Uh, Now I'll play it. Hopefully we do play all of these games this year, and a lot of them are quicker games, 6 minute games. So I could see, yeah, just a couple of gaming weekends. Maybe get a few quick ones in there, and maybe one or two big main event games. And if we do fall a little short by the end of the year by a few of these big heavy Euros and don't quite get to them, that's all right too. I mean, there's no real loss condition here. At
Wow.
least we try.
Yeah, I'm
Good.
guessing get most of them played, and
Yeah.
I think my brother-in-law has played some more games here or on Board Game Arena as well, and I know he tends to like some of the heavier strategy games. So if there are any that Pepper is like, it's a little bit too much, I can maybe get him to play or Mac. She for some reason sometimes she really enjoys a heavy game, but it doesn't make sense to me because then there's other ones that she just absolutely despises.
Yeah, it surprised me ever since
And
Acadians made her list of favorite games,
it's
and I'm like,
so hard to tell which ones it's going to be too. It's not even like it's a type.
yeah,
It seems random. I don't know
unpredictable.
what it is,
Yeah. Yeah, they
but
look good. You didn't do too many offensive games to me here. I'd be okay playing them. So good list, Zach.
yeah. And you didn't do too many either, but I have found that it does seem like the ones that you do that I'm very much questioning are the ones I like most. So
True.
that could be a bad thing.
Could be.
Uh, but yeah, otherwise in the comments below, let us know what games you're hoping to play in 2025 if you play in the onboard game arena. Or if you've played any of these games and would like to play them with us, teach us how to play these games. That would be awesome too,
Yeah.
um, especially for some of these heavier ones. It's one thing if it's a 6 minute one, so we could probably figure those ones out, but they're still a little daunting if they don't have the place their teaching thing. I'll have to see how many of mine have that. Please, please, please.
Yes,
Yes.
we're playing it
Now
right
he
now.
now he now he is stuck. We're going to be playing this right now after filming this. So you guys go check out our other videos, subscribe if you liked this video, and we hope to see you on the next one. And as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.